Hey YouTube, what's going on? So today I'm gonna go over the most optimal foods for athletic performance coming from somebody that plays college sports and what we're told, uh, and just from studying my own research and what my teammates eat and like what we usually get. So starting off with protein, you're gonna want to do whole food. Well, let me just preface this as well that you're gonna want to do all whole food stuff. Um, for our protein, we're gonna want to do red meats. Make sure they're lean. So when you go to the grocery store, you want to get the 95 5% 5% fat, 95% lean meat, and or 93 if you can find that. You want to typically stay away from fatty meats, um, because they're not good for your. Red meat has a lot of. I'm not sure. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I know it has. It's really bad for your cholesterol and your artery pathways. Um, but it does have a lot of vitamins. If you look into animal-based nutrition, organs, liver, heart, tongue, like those all have a lot of liver has a lot of vitamin A, vitamin C, and stuff like that. Chicken and like poultry in general is a pretty good option. Um, Not much to say that it's clean as long as you get it from a clean source. Fish, really good for omega sixes and omega three fatty acids. You can't get those anywhere else if you or if you must take fish oil to get those. And what else? I don't think I'm missing anything. Just like your whole meats and uh, make sure when you get your fishes, you get from a clean producer. Fish has a lot of heavy metals in it, cadmium and iron. No, I think cadmium is the biggest issue, and you don't want like microplastics. You don't want heavy metals in your bloodstream. It's just not good at because your body can't properly filter that out, or your kidneys can't filter that out. And yeah, I would definitely say stay away from like impossible stuff, like impossible meats or like kind of plant based protein. I mean, you can it's okay, but like um there's a lot of soy that's put into it, which soy has a lot of phytoestrogen compounds that mimic that release estrogen and like release estrogen signal to your pineal gland that you need to release estrogen in your body. And as an athlete, you want more testosterone than you do estrogen. I mean, you want a balance of the two, but testosterone is linked to muscle building and recovery and uh, athletic performance in general. Uh, okay, let's go over carbs. So for carbs, a lot of people get it mixed up that carbs are your enemy, I guess, for dieting, but that's not the case. For athletic performance, your body runs on carbs. You have your simple and complex carbs. So your simple is your fast digesting carbs, which is typically like your uh, granola, fruit, rice, potatoes, stuff like that. Complex, I think, are just like have longer chains um, of glucose or whatever the compound is, or whatever you're consuming, like maybe like fructose or something. But uh, these are gonna be, I think, like your dairy products. Um, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't run into an issue with this. I mean, as long as you're, properly and nutritionally filling your body with what it needs. Listen to your body, stuff of that nature. That's what you've been told. The intuitive stuff, and um, a lot of athletes do. I've ran into some teammates that think that your body works off of like your weight gain works off of carbs. That's not how it works. Your body is a thermodynamic system, and each every day you have a calorie maintenance that if you go above you will gain weight, or if you go below your calorie deficit you will lose weight. And a lot of people get it mixed up. You don't it The scale and like BMI like doesn't really matter. I would say that body fat percentage and skeletal muscle mass um, matters a lot more for performance and an overall indicator of health. If you're an athlete, like this is for you. But I mean, if you want to look at longevity wise, there's like two things that are really need to really pay attention to is your heart health and I would say muscle mass, because muscle mass is linked to a lot of good things, and case studies have shown that increased muscle mass also leads to increased lifespan. And then finally, your fats. This is going to be your uh, nuts, your avocados, uh, you want the I think it's the saturated fats. I might be wrong on that, but the trans fats and unsaturated, I forgot which ones are the two bad ones. I'm pretty sure trans fats are bad, and I think unsaturated might be bad. What else? I think chickpeas might have fats in them. Fish has fats. Yeah, your omega 3s and your omega 6 fatty acids. And then you can just take like supplements for these. But I would recommend not doing that because I mean, if you really need to hit your micronutrients for the day, it's okay. But generally, like the nutrition advice is to stick with whole foods. And then I can do a little bit more about like protein shakes. Um, Actually, no, I'll do supplements. So as a athlete, you're gonna want to be taking. Well, you got to make sure that. Well, if you're a college athlete, you want to make sure that it's. Uh, I forgot what the test is. I think it's NCFA, NCSSF, NCSA. Not. I'm not talking about NCAA, but like there's a food labeling organization like the FDA that has to check like that all supplements pass in order for it to not be an illegal substance. Like for example, caffeine is regulated. It was regulated by the NCAA. Steroids, peptides, nootropics, like all that stuff is regulated by NCAA. So I would say for supplements, creatine monohydrate. There's so many good things with this. Fish oil, multivitamin, magnesium glycinate. What else? I think like a couple others. Maybe you could throw like L-theanine in there and like L-carnitine, which are good for like brain activity and stuff. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have. And If you have any more questions or anything, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see y'all in the next video.